Hey everyone, and welcome to Sacred Lake. This is the level before Tomb of Secretub, but unfortunately it's not, because we've got to do the whole 3 levels again. But this, obviously, the second time round, this really is the level before Tomb of Secretub. Don't go down there, it triggers bats, and obviously any enemy is a pain in the arse and a no kills run, so it's kind of stupid to do anything that, you know, triggers an enemy unnecessarily and costs you health. So instead we come up here. This is just for a few items. This is not a mandatory path. We just collect some stuff going this way, such as flares. And there's a bit more as well. So yeah, when I played this game for the first time, I was a bit puzzled by Von Croy and Hamid, because in the first 2 levels, Angkor Wat and Race for the Iris, Von Croy was a good guy, and then obviously when you play this far, you realise that Von Croy is now a villain, and the same applies with Hamid, Hamid being the person who was the guide in Tomb of Set. And it's a bit weird that both of them presumably start off as good characters and then, from the looks of things, become villains. And it was a bit puzzling for me the first time round, but obviously from communicating on the Tomb Raider forum, obviously I learned a thing or two, and it makes a lot more sense now, because if you've not completed this game, then you probably don't want to be listening to this, but to be watching this, I would presume you probably have completed this game, and other games. But basically, this is what I've been told. Von Croy was a good guy to begin with, but obviously, at the end of Race for the Iris, you left him. Obviously, when he was trapped, basically Lara ran off and left him. And apparently that was the thing that resulted in Von Croy being crippled, because you see, in this game, you see Von Croy with a walking stick, and in VCI and Chronicles, you see him in a wheelchair, I think. And apparently, basically, leaving him apparently resulted in him getting crippled or something, and apparently that's one thing that basically makes Von Croy have a bit of a grudge against you. Not only that, but apparently Von Croy was also a bit fearful of Lara, because apparently, obviously, they're both like, you know, like famous archaeologists, and I think Von Croy felt threatened by Lara because he feared like getting surpassed by her, if that makes sense. And apparently that sort of adds a bit of a rivalry as well. Not only that, but you have to remember that in between Angkor Wat and the rest of this game, obviously Tomb Raider Chronicles happened, and you have to remember the VCI section was obviously you broke into Von Croy Industries and obviously stole the Iris from him, which is a bit of a slap in the face, to say the least. And then there's obviously the Amulet of Horus, or Horus, however you say it. Obviously, they're both basically interested in this relic, and obviously that kind of, you know, like, creates a bit of a rivalry also. Not to mention that Von Croy is also gets influenced by Set, and then later gets completely possessed by Set, which kind of sends him a bit loopy, really. From what I've gathered, that's basically the mixture of all those things is basically why he goes from like a good guy to a villain. As for Amid, apparently he was working for Von Croy from the very beginning, and that's kind of why he was also a villain, because I think he was just sort of pretending to be on our side in Tomb of Set, but then obviously the truth comes out. Obviously, at the very, very end of this game, you see Von Croy actually become a good guy again when he tried to save Lara, and that really adds to the confusion, because it's like, hold on, good guy, villain, good guy, it just makes no sense. But apparently by then, the set had worn off, apparently, and apparently that's when Von Croy sort of returned to his normal self, and that kind of explains that, really. I might be hopelessly wrong, but that's just kind of what I've gathered, really. Now, I don't actually want to go the correct way yet. Yeah, that's the correct way, because there's a couple items to be obtained. But yeah, apparently that's kind of why Von Croy goes from like a good guy to a villain. Getting crippled, having the iris stolen, fear, rivalry, the amulet, set, you know, all of it. Apparently it all kind of adds to it, really. And then obviously the set eventually wears off, and then he sort of goes back to being a good guy. That's what I think. This is all kind of what I've been told and the sort of information that I've gathered, but obviously I can't say 100%, but it sort of makes sense to me. Go away, crocodiles. Crocodiles are a lot more dangerous in this level, because they're biting. They bite a lot quicker. Needed the air, sorry. They're a lot more persistent, they follow you a lot more closely, and they like bite a lot faster, and sort of all makes them a lot more dangerous. I'm actually back at the start now. I'm gonna save, because so many times those crocodiles have killed me on this part. It would be handy if we could shoot them and make them like swim away, but the enemies aren't quite so persistent in this game, and so shooting doesn't really seem to make them run off quite how it does in previous Tomb Raiders. Not only that, but we don't want to accidentally shoot a bat, which is something that we might do if we're not careful. What might be a good idea instead is to possibly... we got to pull a switch, and the crocodiles are going to kill us at this rate. I don't want to use the health pad, which might be a good idea. Is try and lure them away by swimming, but without getting killed. Okay, I am very close to death. Okay, try and lure the crocodiles away. Bit of a lead, it's not going to make much difference. I'm still going to need a health pack, I think. I don't really feel safe not using one, to be honest. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, from the looks of things, that health pack was actually unnecessary. But let's not worry about it. Doing that level with just a small medipack is quite an achievement. But yeah, if anybody else is trying a challenge like this, then obviously the way to do it is to obviously just lure them away like I did, and it should work. And I think I'm going to drown. Okay, maybe the small medipack wasn't necessary. Maybe using the small medipack was a good idea, because that would have killed me. But yeah, so to everyone else, if you're trying a challenge like this, then it seems that doing what I did seems to lure the crocodiles away enough for you to get the switch open without popping a health pack. So 0 secrets also, so still 29. There's no more secrets actually until we return to until this level, but the second time round. So no more secrets until we return here. Go away, go away, go away. Well, that's another thing. When you complete a level underwater and you begin the next level underwater still, make sure your air bar is at a reasonable amount, because obviously it doesn't refill when you complete the level. In other Tomb Raiders, air bar refills after you complete a level, but it's a bit different in this game, so make sure you complete a level underwater of a reasonable amount of air to avoid drowning in the next level. So that's that. So I think we're back to Temple of Karnak now, so thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.